Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am here to share with you guys our family's budget changes. And essentially what has led to these changes is my husband going down to part-time from full-time. And I've talked about this in a couple of videos and I've sort of explained our reasoning, but just in a nutshell, we're essentially trying to make more time for us to spend together, for my husband and I to spend together as a married couple, for us to spend together as a family unit. We want to be able to have dinners together. We want to be able to go do things together. And just with our previous schedule, the way it was set up, it was not possible for us to do that. A typical day would be I would start work at 6 in the morning and I'd get off at 2, and then he would leave for work literally at 2 and then get home at 11:30. And that's what the majority of our week looked like. We just never had time together, and it always led, or it did lead to us being really stressed out, because we're essentially parenting solo and all that. And major props, by the way, out to all the single parents out there. Like, seriously, you guys are rock stars. But, and my voice keeps going in and out, so you'll have to excuse me. I don't know why that's happening, but it seems like every day my voice has been going in and out. But, um, anyways, so yeah, so that's essentially what has led to these changes. So his income is going down. We're making a sacrifice financially to prioritize time together. And we've talked extensively about this decision. We've crunched numbers. We wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be a decision we regretted. With the company he works for Costco. You still get benefits at part-time, and their benefits are fantastic. And it's not going to affect his ability to move up in the company. Once both of our children are in school, we will definitely explore him going back to full-time and, all that kind of stuff. But until then, while Julia's still really young, Maddie's starting kindergarten in August, but we wanted to just make sure we had time together. So that's what we're doing. But with that being said, we wanted to kind of shift some things around, make sure we're still, meeting our goals and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to meet them as quickly. We're not going to be able to save as much money, obviously. I am pursuing a promotion at work. So with that promotion, if I were to get it, essentially that would completely replace any of our lost income from him going down to part-time. Here's the thing, guys. Money comes and goes. It comes and goes. There are seasons where it's less, there's seasons where it's more, all that sort of stuff. Time is something that you never get back. And I can tell you that our marriage has suffered. It has been hard. And it's because we just don't spend time together. I think it's so important to go on dates, to have family dinners together and all that kind of stuff. And just him and I both have been feeling overwhelmed and stressed for a long time. And so this was way overdue, basically. But money comes and goes. Time is something you never get back. And I always get emotional when I talk about this because we've been very judged for this decision. We've heard it all from family members, from friends, that this is not a good idea and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, you have to do what is right and what feels best for your family. And this is what feels right to us. So, and again, we've talked extensively about it. I don't really have to justify our decision, but I just want you to hear where we are coming from. So anyways, with that being said, I wanted to share what some of our budget changes are going to be, because we are going to have a tighter budget. We don't necessarily, quote unquote, have to have a tighter budget, but we're choosing to because we still want to be able to save a certain amount for things and all that kind of stuff. So with that being said, I wanted to share some numbers with you guys. Now, these are numbers based on the rest of the year. So our income for the rest of the year, March through December. our expenses March through December. So this is our annual budget worksheet. You can see from the tabs down here that we've compared full-time and part-time and all that kind of stuff. I won't share, the full-time schedule or the full-time budget. You guys, have seen that in my budget videos, but this is basically the changes that we're making. So all of our expenses are the same pretty much. The one thing that we are taking away is Apple Music, simply because we don't use it. With Amazon Prime, we do Amazon Music, and we use Alexa. I don't want to say her name because she'll talk. She's right here next to me. Alexa. Yeah, so we use her to play music in the house, and there's an app that we can use and all that kind of stuff. So Apple Music is going away. And then let's see. See if I can get this to scroll down. There we go. There's school tuition for my daughter. Now, this is based on her switching schools because she is going to start kindergarten in August, like I mentioned. So once she starts kindergarten, we've paid for August. So we've got September, October, November, December to pay for. So that's what that $375 is for those 4 months. And then $972 is what we should have remaining in tuition for the rest of her pre-K. So there's that. Lifetime Fitness, we are going to add a gym membership to our budget. We've decided to do that because we used to go to Lifetime Fitness, and it's a really great way for my husband and I to get dates in. We really enjoy working out together. And then they've got a really great kids program there. So we want to, have my daughter go there, be able to play. They do things like parents' night out and camps and all sorts of things for the kids and for the parents. And it's just a really nice gym. We love it there. So I think we're going to be joining in March. April. In March, we wanted to keep the expenses low and everything for a few reasons. We just March is sort of our test run. I'm not entirely sure what Andrew's income is going to be going down to part-time because he's hourly. So it's kind of hard to gauge what that's going to look like. So we have to see what his paychecks are going to look like. We have a guesstimate, but it's still, that could be very far off, or it could be way over, or whatever it is. But so there's that. And then, so before we add any extra expenses, we want to see what that looks like. And then also we have some friends coming into town, and we wanted to free up funds to be able to go do things with them. So we gave ourselves a little bit extra, like in entertainment. And you guys will see that in my March budget video, which will be posted next week. So that's different. Massage Envy is going away. And, that just is what it is. We're just choosing to prioritize the gym over going to get massages. It would be really nice if my husband and I could each go for a massage once a month, but it's not at all necessary, as I'm sure you can imagine. And we have pocket money. So in the event that we do really want to go get a massage, we can always go do that. So just using our pocket money. And then Audible, that's been away for a while now. I'm still going to go to therapy. I think my copay might be changing with him going down to part-time. I'm not entirely sure. So this number might change once we figure that out. And then Hulu Live's on here. We currently have HBO, but I think my husband said he's going to cancel the HBO like next month or something. He's just trying to watch the rest of a show, and then he's going to cancel it. So there's that. So those are our fixed expenses. This is the monthly total minus, like, sometimes this is more because we do bracket care and stuff like that. And then this is the annual total for our fixed expenses. So there's all of those. And then our variable expenses, this is where things are going to get shaken up quite a bit. So we're making a lot of changes to our family's nutrition, diet, however you want to say it, based a lot on my own personal journey with food. And I've talked about this a little bit, but I am currently reading Bright Line Eating, which really appeals to anyone who might have a food addiction. And having certain things in the house is a trigger for me, so we're making some changes. Now, not to worry, my daughter and my husband plan to go out for ice cream together. They plan to go get burgers and fries together and all this sort of stuff. So the kids are not going to be deprived by any stretch of the imagination. And honestly, like, isn't it probably a good thing for all of us to eat less sugar? I think so. I don't want to eliminate things completely from my kids' diet. That's not what I'm going to do. Flour and sugar will be eliminated from my diet personally, but my husband, my daughters, like, they will still get those things. But for me personally, that's not going to be the case. So anyways, with these like diet changes and things like that, I'm anticipating our grocery bill to go down quite a bit. And what I'm going to try to do is start just going every week, probably avoiding Costco, because the problem with Costco, even though you can get some really great deals there, is that obviously bulk groceries are quote unquote like more expensive. Yeah, you can save money, but I kind of just want to shop the sales at our normal grocery store, because when you go to Costco and do a big old haul, it can chew up a huge chunk of your grocery budget. And we don't really need to buy things in bulk. We're not like a giant family. Julia's not even really eating food yet. I mean, she's had like baby oatmeal, but that's about it. So, and even when she's like a toddler, if she's anything like her sister, I mean, Maddie ate like a bird. Some days she ate a ton, but a lot of the time she didn't eat much. So, usually you can just give them a little portion of your dinner and they're good to go. But anyway, so our grocery budget is going to go down. I do want to try to go every week and get fresh produce, because that's what a lot of our meals are going to be based around, is fresh produce, meats, potatoes, rice, things of that nature. And then also we're going to be doing cash again. And that is simply just for simplicity's sake, I guess you could say. Um, Once the cash is gone, it's gone. And that's the beauty of using cash. And because I'm planning on going grocery shopping, sorry, in person versus pickup, because with my husband's like new schedule, there will be a lot more time for that, where I can like take my oldest daughter, and we can go like have a fun day of it and can be everything. We used to do that back in the day, and I actually really miss it. Um, so we're going to go in person, go get groceries in cash, be super intentional with our meal planning and our grocery shopping and all that kind of stuff. So 480 is the number that we decided on for groceries. That'll give us 120 per week. On the months where there are 5 weeks, it'll be a little less than that, but we can, make it stretch and all that kind of stuff. We've been really trying to avoid going grocery shopping in this past week and then the following week, other than produce, just because, we're trying to save as much money. We're going to roll over as much as we can into March. Um, so yeah, so I've learned that shopping your own pantry and fridge, like, you can come up with some stuff. I mean, you really can. You can get creative and come up with some dinners, like, and it just made me realize like how much abundance we have of food and how grateful I am for that, but also how wasteful that could be. So I'm kind of excited for the idea of just like getting just what we need for the week and then going every week, and possibly even doing a second trip where we go get a refresh on our produce or something like that. So there's that. By the way, I should mention that you will not see a week 3 and week 4 budget check-in, because essentially it's just all null at this point. It's just bills being paid and us like trying to not spend money at all, as we're going into March. So we're just trying to make it work, trying to drive less, like the grocery shopping I mentioned, try not to go other than like produce, all that kind of stuff. So you're not going to see a week 3 and week 4 budget check-in. I do apologize for that, but it's just because all these changes are happening. So we're basically starting fresh in March with a new budget, a new system in place, and all that kind of stuff. So I thought in the meantime, it'd be helpful to see what the changes are going to be. And then next week will be the week that, I think it's going to be next week. Let me see here. It should be next week, I think. Where is my... Here, maybe I'll just look at this view. I've got my planner in front of me. So let's see, we're in February and this is the 21st. So yeah, I believe it's going to be next week that you guys are going to see my budget videos. Yeah, that should be the case. I'll say that's the case for now, but it might change. We'll see. But I just thought in the meantime I would share this with you guys, and then you guys will see our cash envelopes, our sinking funds, and our March budget here very soon, either next week or at the latest the following week. So eating out, something that we are going to be very intentional about doing less of. So we figured we would give ourselves the opportunity to eat out once every 2 weeks. I've been going to Bible study, and they do provide dinner there, which is really nice. Sometimes it's not things that I'll be able to eat, so I'll have to bring like my own food. But yeah, so eating out is something that we're going to be really intentional about. We can use our pocket money for eating out. Entertainment, like if we go on a date night and my husband and I go out to dinner, we can use this for eating out. But eating out, I think of like ordering pizza, going through a drive-through, picking up something on the way home. That's kind of what I think of eating out as. If we go on a date, we go out to family ice cream or something like that, that would come out of entertainment. So $40 every 2 weeks is what we're planning on doing. And I'm, by the way, planning on taking out cash, I think once every like for the first half of the month, the 1st through the 15th, and then the 16th through the last day of the month. Outside of my husband's pocket money, he usually likes to get his all at one go. I like to split mine up because I will spend it all as soon as I get my hands on it. So yeah, so I think I'll be filling cash envelopes twice a month. And you guys will see those videos. But so then there's household, $100. That's usually what we've done for the longest time, and that covers hygiene products and household products like dish soap and toilet paper and things of that nature. I think when we don't spend our cash, we'll probably roll it into the next month just to give us like a little extra if needed. So if we have cash left over at the end of the month, it'll likely roll into the next month. Groceries, that would be a great incentive. If we want to eat some steaks the next month, we'll be like, okay, let's try to skimp on, groceries this month because we can get some like steaks or some, I don't know, something fancy the next month or whatever. Then, yeah, we have our pocket money significantly less, as you guys can see. When my husband was full-time, that was $200 a month. So that is significantly less. So I've stopped going to get my lashes done. There's things that we're giving up, that we used to pay for with our pocket money, but him and I are both okay with that. We agreed on this number. We feel comfortable with it. I can go get a pedicure with this, and, I want to start painting my own nails. Instead of going to get them done, minus my feet. Like I like getting a pedicure, but, and I'll probably get a basic manicure, but, I want to be able to paint my own nails so I can start like, using that for that. Or if I grab a coffee or something like that, or a tea, we can use it for that. So I think there's going to be plenty here and it'll be fine. It'll definitely be an adjustment just going down from like having so much pocket money and like such a generous grocery budget to less, but we're very motivated to do that because we want to make him going, him going part-time. We want that to work. So, and then we've got my daughter's commission money. That's not changing. She can earn money for chores, and we like to give her the earning potential of $300 per year. She saves 25% of what she earns, and then she spends 75% of what she earns. So that's what we're teaching her right now. Although I've started teaching her about giving as well with church and things like that, because a lot of times my pocket money actually goes towards my church, or I do just a good deed or something like that with it. Because I personally just get joy out of that. So I've been teaching her a little bit about giving too. So that's coming into play. And then gas we put down to $2.50 just because like we really never spend more than that on gas. I feel like a lot of times our gas is way below budget. So we put that at $2.50. So that's what we're looking at for variable expenses. Our girls' college funds are still going to be funded, not as much as we would hope. That we're going to put $25 per child into their account. And then we're hoping next year we can bump that up. But for now, that's what we're going to be doing. And every little bit helps, you know. Plus, we have amazing family, and they contribute a lot to their college funds as well. So that's something we're extremely thankful for, because both of our families know what the importance of an education is, and both of our families value that. So we're very thankful for that, but we do want to contribute a bit ourselves too, obviously. So that's what we're planning on doing for the girls. And then our emergency fund, it should be at least $4,000 going into March, and then we want to try to add an extra $3,000 to it by the end of the year. So just putting a standard $250 a month into the emergency fund for the rest of the year should accomplish that task. So that's what we want to do there. I should note too that YouTube is not factored into this in any way, shape, or form. I did not include it in our income or anything like that for a few reasons. But first of all, I don't want to ever count on YouTube as an income source. I don't want to depend on it to pay our bills in any way. So it's not there. Plus, like, if I do earn something from YouTube, it's great because I can go ahead and put that in our emergency fund. And that's what our plan is on the months where I have something coming into our family budget from my variable income, that will just immediately go into the emergency fund. So that's our plan for that. So we're hoping that this will be more by the end of the year. Like, I would love to see it be more around the 10,000 mark by the end of the year. But this is what we're going to do for now. And then in 2021, we'll be able to finish up our emergency fund. So it's going to be slow moving with the emergency fund, but I feel good about it. I think we'll be just fine. So there's that. And then miscellaneous savings. This is what is basically going to be available to go to sinking funds. So it's around $1,422 per month. And actually, I don't know why I did that. I just realized it can be more, but anyways, we'll have to kind of look at that a little bit. But for the remainder of the year, it's going to have to be around like 17, or it'll be, what am I trying to say? For 10 months of the year, we can put a potential of 1,700 towards sinking funds. So we might be able to bump some of these up. I'll have to talk to my husband. But basically, and this is our big goal in general, is to live off of 25% of our income. Our take-home income. That's what our big goal is. Obviously, you can see that it is much more than that. We're right around 37% of our income going to savings. And we do count sinking funds as savings because in the event that there was a true emergency, we could deplete our savings if we really needed to. Obviously, we would like to avoid that. But if we had to, we could. So we should be able to save a total of $20,569.10 for the remainder of the year between these three, savings, types of savings. And then sinking funds. So if you're looking down here, assuming that this will scroll down, there we go. My mouse is super weird. No, now it's too far. There we go. So this is kind of what we're planning on doing for sinking funds. We're going to create a babysitter fund because we do want to start going out on dates. At least once a month, we want to go out for a date. So that's kind of where that's factored in. And then birthdays, we decided for our own birthdays, we're not going to really do much this year, and that we're going to focus on the girls and their birthdays, plus a little extra in case they get invited to a birthday party or anything like that. We wanted to have money for that. Now, for families' birthdays and things like that, what we typically do is have the girls, Maddie right now, Julia's not really able to, but once Julia is able to, we would have the girls make something for them, make them a card or something like that. I feel like our family just values things like that much more than they value stuff. So, and all of our family members were able to get what we need. Birthdays and Christmas become more about the kids in our family than like giving adults a gifts. Like we really don't do that in our family. So That's how we're able to kind of get away with, I think, a lower birthday budget. I do like to throw the girls' parties. Julia's first birthday party will be this year, so obviously I'm going to want to do some stuff for that. Maddie, has friends from school and stuff like that that she will want to like have come to her birthday party. So I just want to make sure to have plenty in there for cake and decorations and all that. We don't really do like a ton of gifts either. We're trying to teach our girls kind of that experiences and memories are just more important than toys. And a lot of family contribute towards their college for their birthdays and Christmas and things like that too. So anyways, so there's that. And then our cars, we want this to be significantly higher than what it is. But basically we're putting $250 in there, and that covers car maintenance, car tags, or car registration, and then also eventually car replacement. So both of our cars are almost 10 years old and they're above 100,000 miles. So it's very likely in the next couple of years that we are going to need to replace one or both vehicles. We'll see. We're going to try to just drive them into the ground. They're pretty dinged up and all that stuff, but we really don't care what they look like. As long as they can run, that's all we really care about. So we want this to be a lot more because eventually we want to pay cash for our replacement vehicle. Although my husband and I both agreed that if we did have to finance a portion of it, we would, as long as it's like a 0% APR and we felt confident we could pay it off within the year. So we are personally not like super against borrowing money when it's like 0% interest and we feel confident we can pay it off. That's what we did with our furniture. We recently got some new furniture for our house. We financed it, even though we didn't have to, and we paid it off. It's already paid off. And the reason why we do that is just to keep our credit score high. We both have very high credit scores, and we personally feel more comfortable having a high credit score rather than like a 0 credit score. I know a lot of people in the Dave Ramsey community are all about the 0 credit scores and they don't borrow money for anything, and that's totally fine. You have to do what's right for you and your family. So what we do is just what's right for us. It may not be right for you. Christmas, we took this down a little bit. We're planning on not doing much for each other for Christmas. We do want to take a family trip up north to either go to the Polar Express or Santa's Workshop this year. We haven't decided which one, but we do want to do that. So there's that. Clothing, that went down a little bit. We're going to still put about $30 a month into the girls' clothes funds and then a little bit in our clothes. So that'll build up over the course of the year. We have diapers and formula. That cannot be avoided in any way. That's just kind of what it is. So this is like 4 cans of formula, a box of diapers, a box of wipes. Usually ends up being about that amount for us per month. And then entertainment, that is going to be family outings, date nights, things like that when we have visitors coming, and we want to take them out for a meal or something that would kind of come from that. So that's what that is. And then haircuts, that's pretty straightforward. Haircuts for the whole family. We kind of figured out like the cost of my haircuts and my husband's and all that kind of stuff, and we decided on like the annual amount. Now, these are all annual amounts. They're not 10-month amounts, so this is something that I'll have to adjust as well. But just, we'll just keep going through it. And then holidays, we're putting $30 a month towards, and holidays covers, basically covers Easter, Valentine's Day, and Halloween, essentially. It could cover 4th of July, too, if we have like a get together at our house and we need to get food or something like that. It would cover that. Our house, that covers landscaping, air filters, water filters, paint, light bulbs, whatever we might need for the house. We definitely want to put more into this fund as well, because there are a lot of projects around the house that we want to do. We want to redo the backyard. We want to put backsplash in the kitchen. We want to redo our shower. We want to add a second sink to the girls' bathroom. So there's a lot that we're wanting to change in our house. And so ideally this would be a lot higher than it is, but that's something that will come in time. It's not like necessary right now, so we can wait. Kids sinking fund, that's just for anything they might need. If they need some dinnerware, if they need sippy cups, if they need shin guards, or just anything random that kids need that you like don't really think about. That is what that is for. So, and then we've got medical that's meant to cover like co-pays, and we want it to build up over time to help with any like medical expenses we might come across. So there's that. School, that is just like back to school supplies, or where my daughter's going to school, they do have uniforms, so that will help pay for that. And field trips and teacher appreciation week, getting gifts for the teachers, all that sort of stuff. That's what that will cover. Subscriptions covers Amazon Prime, Tone It Up, which is a fitness app that I personally like to use. I'm trying to think. EveryDollar Plus, which I don't know if we'll keep using EveryDollar Plus or not, since we're going back to like pen and paper budgeting and cash envelopes and stuff like that, but we'll see. I still think there are a lot of benefits to it, but we may not renew it next year. And then technology, that covers for like phone replacement, computer replacement, anything like that would go under their TVs. So we both have pretty good phones. My phone's pretty much brand new. My laptop is hanging in there. I would like to replace it eventually, but right now it's working. I actually just bought an external hard drive, so I'm going to give that a try as far as the storage on my laptop, because the storage is like awful on this thing. But yeah, a $30 hard drive was a lot cheaper than a new computer. So, and then we've got vacation. So this is something that we're both really excited about because we've never really saved for a vacation before, but it's something we definitely want to start doing. So we're planning on going to New Mexico in October, I think, for the hot air balloon festival. We've got some friends that live there, so we wanted to go visit them. And that's what we're planning to do with the vacation fund. We don't anticipate using all of it. So the goal is going to be to save for a really big trip that we want to take. Maybe when Julia is like 3 or 4, we want to go out to Florida and go see my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, and our nieces, they're 3 girls, and do like a big Disney deal. And then my father-in-law is out there with his wife as well. So we've got a lot of family out there, and we want to go see them and make like a big trip out of it. Like maybe even go there for like a week or a little over a week. We'll have to see. But as you can imagine, that's going to be pretty pricey. So we want to start saving for that now. So we'll probably go on like little trips every year, like maybe, drive over to California or just go even somewhere up north with the girls. And then we're going to try to save the bulk of it for that big Disney trip. So those are our budget changes. Our sinking funds are going to be electronic. They're going to actually just sit in our checking account because that serves as a great buffer. So they're going to just sit in there, easy peasy. And yeah, so I hope that this was helpful, because I've definitely gotten some questions about, what we're planning to do for, for the budget changes with my husband going down to part-time and everything like that. So this is what the changes are going to look like. And this is kind of how my husband and I, by the way, do our budget meetings and stuff like that. We kind of crunch the numbers, and we've been playing with this for like forever. And we had a really long meeting the other night and kind of just decided on these numbers and giving them a try. Now, that's not to say that we might need to adjust things in April, because that's a budget, right? Like, ideally, I would love to do the same budget every single month because I love routine and I love predictability, but budgets don't really work that way. That's something I've learned in general. It's like there are some months where we're going to need to get something extra, or we've got something else going on, or whatever it is. Also, my husband's income, we're not entirely sure what that's going to look like. Maybe it'll be more than what we think. Maybe it'll be less than what we think. So we're just going to have to, tinker around with it for a little bit until we adjust to this big life change. But we're both really excited about it. He officially goes part-time on the 24th. So just a couple days, and we're both really looking forward to it. So anyways, guys, that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. And please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Be sure to subscribe to catch all my future videos, and I will chat with you all later. Bye!